Recording in progress.
Servlet forwarding. Yesterday given Servlet forwarding. What is Servlet forwarding? Forwarding request and response of one servlet to another servlet. That is called Servlet forwarding. What is the advantage of Servlet forwarding? Modularity. So one more concept is there, including. That is, this is at a time I'll explain. Next node, Servlet including. Servlet including. Servlet including. Node, including request and response of one servlet into another servlet is called as Servlet including. Including request and response of one servlet into another servlet is called as Servlet including. Including request and response of one servlet into another servlet is called as Servlet including. Including request and response of one servlet into another servlet is called as Servlet including. Say request and response included in another servlet. Servlet forwarding also request and response only forwarded. Servlet including also request and response only included. But concept is called Servlet including. Say, for example, suppose it is first servlet. It is second servlet. It is first servlet. It is second servlet. It is web server. It is web client. Here some content. Here also content. Suppose at top left corner one company logo required. So that company logo here also required. Like this, suppose 100 servlets are there. In every page, I want to display company logo. Instead of writing here, we can make it separate. Example, logo servlet. This is, I'll include here. I'll include here also. At top left corner, company logo. So this logo servlet included in two servlets. At bottom, company address required. So address also one separate servlet I'll create. Address servlet. Address servlet I'll include at bottom. Address servlet I'll include at bottom. So here I'll include address servlet. Here also I'll include address servlet. See, like this, first servlet, second servlet, third servlet, this type of servlet, 100 servlets are there. Every servlet at top left corner, company logo required. That logo servlet separate prepared 100 times included. Company address at bottom, center bottom required. That is separate servlet prepared. That is 100 times included. Now, if I send request to, it is include. It is also include. Now, if I send request to first servlet, how many servlets executed? If I send request to first servlet, how many servlets executed? How many? 3 servlets executed. Okay. If I send request to second servlet, how many servlets executed? Again, 3 servlets executed. HTTP request, HTTP response. Now, see, if we send request to first servlet executed, logo servlet executed, address servlet executed. If we send request to second servlet, again second servlet executed, logo servlet executed, address servlet executed. Think yourself and give me answer. What is the benefit with this one? With including concept, what is the benefit? Now, forwarding benefit I given, that is modularity. Here including benefit, what is the benefit? Reusability. Logo servlet reusable. Address servlet reusable. Say 100 servlets, but one logo, one address. You can include 100 times. And also one more benefit you observe. Suppose company address changed. Then how many servlets you have to modify? One servlet only. If don't use this include concept, every page you have to change. If 100 pages are there, 100 pages you have to change. Okay, that is the benefit. Write this one. See, if we send request to first servlet, logo servlet executed, first servlet executed, address servlet executed, 3 servlets output displayed. Okay. If we send request to second servlet, again 3 servlets executed. Logo servlet, second servlet, address servlet. 3 servlets output displayed here. Okay. Is it completed? What is the benefit of this one? Reusability. Just note down. The main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. The main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. The main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. So reusability is a advantage. Forwarding advantages, modularity. Including advantages, reusability. Okay. These both in a one program I'll explain, but how to forward, how to include, methods required, library methods. Say Java P Jakarta dot Servlet dot request dispatcher. This interface I given in the Servlet's API. This interface I given in the Servlet's API. Request dispatcher interface which contains 2 methods. Forward, include. Note down. Request dispatcher, forward, include. Request dispatcher, forward method, include method. So with request dispatcher, you can call forward, include. Here forward, 2 parameters, Servlet request, Servlet response. Include also 2 parameters, Servlet request, Servlet response. So request and response forwarded. Here request and response included. Here request and response forwarded. Here request and response included. Is it over? So forward method will forward the request and response. Include method, it includes the request and response. About this forwarding, including theory part, after program, I'll give notes. Okay. Just present what is forwarding, what is including I given, what is the benefit of forwarding, what is the benefit of including I given. First program I'll explain. After completion of program, I'll give theory part about forwarding, including. Some other concepts are there. I'll explain. See, is it over? You already one program completed, that is login and registration. That program only I'll extend. That program only I'll extend with forwarding and including. Login and registration. This is you've seen. Here, login.html submit button, if we click, login solid executed. This program functionality I'll extend with forwarding. Suppose it is login.html. Login.html. Here login form. Login form. Username and password. Username and password. Submit and reset buttons. Submit, reset buttons. Here, you'll type username, you'll type password, you'll click on submit button. Then login solid executed. Login solid.java. It will receive. It will receive login solid. From login.html, username, password received. Already know, it will check in the database. It will check in the database. Given username, password exists or not, it will check. It is database. If the username, password exists, if the username, password exists, I'll forward to welcome solid. It is another solid I'll write. Welcome solid. If the password, username, password exists, I'll forward to welcome solid. Here I'll display welcome message. Welcome username and password. Welcome username. Welcome username I'll display. It is just forward. Suppose given username, password does not exist. Invalid username or password, as well as I'll include this HTML. HTML also we can include. I'll include here. See, given username, password, if it is exist, welcome username now displayed with welcome solid. I'll forward. Here, if does not exist, invalid username, password in red color letters, as well as this HTML page again displayed. So in real time, until you enter right username, password, it will display same page again and again. No, like that we can display. So else invalid username, password, red color displayed, red colors, the same HTML page again displayed. So until you enter valid username, password, this message only repeated. Now this concept I'll teach. Try this one. So in a one program only, forward include, both I'll teach. In a one program only, both forwarding and including. So in the same program, forwarding, including, both in the same program. Is it over? Same program, I'm going to extend. Okay, same program, whatever you studied, that program only I'm going to extend. Login.html as it is, there is no change. Login Servlet, we have to modify. In login Servlet, if the given username password exists, we displayed welcome username here itself. Now I'm forwarding to another Servlet, welcome Servlet. If the username password does not exist, invalid username password we displayed. Now with that invalid username password message, HTML page also displayed. Okay. This is our task. See, before writing this program, the previous output I'll show you once. The previous execution I'll show you. Is it completed? Not completed? See. That login program only once I'll execute. Now login, right click, run on server. Here, homepage.html, say login, username, password if exist, welcome username. This output from which Servlet? Login Servlet. Back. Password is wrong. Invalid username, password. This output from which Servlet? Login Servlet only. But here HTML not displayed. Okay. Now this invalid username, password displayed, as well as HTML program also displayed. Okay. Both will be displayed after writing. Now login Servlet program we have to modify. This is login Servlet. We have to modify. Where we have to modify? In do post method. Here welcome username I displayed. Now I'll remove this. We have to forward. For forwarding, forward method required. Okay. This method available in request dispatcher. For getting request dispatcher also method is there. One more method required. Servlet request. In this Servlet request, there is a method to get the request dispatcher. Method. So get request dispatcher method is there. See, get request dispatcher. You will get a request dispatcher. Note on. It is the URL pattern of a Servlet. URL pattern of a Servlet. To which Servlet you want to forward? That Servlet URL pattern. Which Servlet you want to include? That Servlet URL pattern we have to write there. URL pattern of a Servlet. So which Servlet you want to forward? That Servlet URL pattern. Which Servlet you want to include? That Servlet URL pattern. Now present HTML program I want to include. Then HTML program you can write. So I'll explain. HTML you can include, Servlet also you can include, JSP also you can include. Okay. Even forwarding also, forwarding possible to Servlet to Servlet, Servlet to JSP, Servlet to HTML. So here forwarding to Servlet means URL pattern of Servlet. Forwarding to JSP means JSP file name. Forwarding to HTML means HTML file name. Now, first this method we have to call. For calling this method, which interface required? Servlet request. But here we have HTTP Servlet request. Using HTTP Servlet request reference. Using HTTP Servlet request reference, Can I call this method? Yes, because Servlet request is it is super interface. It is super interface method using sub interface method, sub interface reference. Okay, you can call. Now, what we have tried? Return type. Return type. Request dispatcher. What we have tried? Request dispatcher. RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher. To which Servlet we are forwarding? Just now I given diagram. Welcome Servlet. Welcome Servlet URL pattern we have tried. Something welcome. Now, after this, forward method. Forward method in which interface? Request dispatcher. Already is there. What we have tried? RD dot forward. How many parameters? 2 parameter. What are those? Servlet request, Servlet response. Can I pass HTTP Servlet request, HTTP Servlet response? Yes. How it is valid? How it is valid? Upcasting now. Upcasting. That is super interface reference. Now we are passing sub interface reference. Subclass object if you assign to superclass. Upcasting. So here request response. It is a request is a reference of HTTP Servlet request, but it is sub interface. But it takes Servlet request. We are passing. It is valid. Okay. Now same style response. Forwarding completed. After invalid username password, we have to display HTML page. So we have to include here. Again, what you have tried? Request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher. Here, what we are going to include? HTML. So login.html. RD dot include. RD dot include. See, RD dot include request response. RD dot include request and response. Now this HTML not required because HTML program is displayed there. That's what I'll remove this. This is also I'll remove. That HTML is not required. Okay, because already HTML program is going to display. It's over. That's it. Say here forward, here include. Now I'll run the program. Right click, run on server, save. Homepage.html. Now login. Username AAA, password AAA. If I click on submit button, how many servlets executed? How many? You are giving 2 also, 3 also. You observe. If I wait some more time, 4 also will give. If I click on submit button, how many servlets executed? 2 servlets executed. What are those? Login servlet, welcome servlet. Login servlet, welcome servlet. Output comes from which servlet? Output comes from welcome servlet. In the address bar, which servlet URL pattern appears? Login servlet. Yesterday given. First servlet, second servlet, third servlet. But you are sending request to first servlet. In address bar, first only will be there. 3 servlets executed, last servlet will send the response. Okay. So here, if I click on submit button, how many servlets executed? 2 servlets. What are those? Login servlet, welcome servlet. Output comes from which servlet? welcome solid. In the address bar, which solid URL pattern appears? Login solid. See, welcome triple A. This output from welcome solid. Sorry. So welcome solid we didn't write. This is not executed. Browser not recognized. 1 minute. Old program running. We didn't write welcome solid till. I'll change the browser. The old program running. Browser not recognized. Sometimes it will be happen. You need to change the browser. Sometimes you need to change the server. Sometimes you need to restart Eclipse. This type of problems comes. Okay. Suppose if you are getting null pointer exception, connection equal to null, that is your mistake only. Your mistake only. You add OGDBC 6_G or 8_G 11_, that is in a Tomcat lib folder. Or you add to build through build path. Here build path you add. After adding also sometimes same output, same error comes. Then you restart the server. Restart the server. Then also you are getting a same error. Restart the Eclipse also. That type problem comes sometimes. And also get method is get is there. You are writing do post. Then also error comes. Request type is post. You are writing do get. Then also error comes. This all you have to take care. If you are getting HTTP method get not supported by this URL, that is your mistake only. But after writing also sometimes maybe same output comes. Then change the browser, change the server and restart the server or restart the Eclipse. Like that you check it. Okay. Now I changed browser now. I changed browser. Okay. Now actually welcome solid I didn't write. Till welcome solid we didn't write. It should show 404 not found error should come. See homepage.html. Login. Username, password. If I click submit button, it is also coming same. 1 minute. Login solid. I modified. See, now I return welcome solid URL pattern. Now I'll restart the server. I'll change the browser. Sometimes immediately it cannot recognize. It will be happen. Still you are getting same. 1 minute. I'll restart Eclipse. Actually, welcome solid I didn't write till. Login solid. Do post. Okay. Right click, run on server. Homepage.html, login, suppose username B, password B, submit. See, now you are getting error. Welcome Servlet not found. Okay. Sometimes everything is right. This type of problem may comes. That's what. After adding jar file also, I'm getting same error. Same error means I cannot do anything. What you do is restart the server. Still, if it is working same, restart the Eclipse. Sometimes it may be happen. Okay. After adding jar file also, I'm getting not found, or error, null pointer exception means that is you check it dissolve. Sometimes immediately it may not recognize. Okay. It is error. Say URL pattern login, but welcome not available. Back. Password is wrong. Submit. See, it is also browser problem. It is HTML showing, you observe. HTML code displayed, you observe. Actually, HTML output should come, no? HTML code displayed. This is also some problems will be there. But everything is right. There is no mistake. Everything is right. Same program. Now I'll open in another browser. You see. Same program, another browser. What will happen? See. I didn't modify. Just I'm running again. But just I changed the browser. Say login. Username, password, submit. Say welcome not available. Error. Back. Password is wrong. Say invalid username, password, as well as login.html. But there what is happened? HTML program displayed. Sometimes maybe happen this type. Okay. Now forwarding completed. Forwarding including. We have right. Welcome Servlet. Welcome Servlet. We have right. Right click. New. Servlet. Package name login. Servlet name welcome Servlet. Welcome Servlet. Next. URL pattern welcome. Next. Which type of request coming? Post type request coming. That request only forwarded to welcome Servlet. So actually in login.html, you will click submit button. See, first you are in address bar, what you are typing? Homepage.html you are typing. In address bar, homepage.html you are typing. That is which type of request comes to homepage.html? Which type? Get type. Then homepage executed. You will click login hyperlink. Then request comes to login.html. That is which type? That is also get type only. Get type only. Login.html submit button you will click. Then post type request. Because there we written method equal to post. Then post type request. That request forwarded to which Servlet? Welcome Servlet. Same Servlet, same request forwarded or new request? Same request. That is the reason post type request only comes. Then what we have tried? Do post. Now do post. Here. Do post. Here. Retrieve username. Display username. How to retrieve? String s equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name. Uname. You have to display. print writer. PW equal to response dot get writer. PW dot println welcome username. Welcome plus S. Username displayed. For this, if you want to add HTML, you can add. See, level 1 heading, print writer, println, level 1 heading, close, body close, HTML close. Okay. Now, print writer we have to import. Control Shift O. See, I'll run this program now. Here, homepage.html. If I click login, see username, password. If I click submit, see this is the output from which solid? Welcome solid. But in address bar, which solid URL pattern? Login solid. Back. I type password wrong. This output from which solid? Login solid. This output from which program? Login.html. In address bar, which solid URL pattern? Login solid. This is remember for theory part required. Now, I changed login solid program. I changed login solid program only if condition. Remaining part is same. So what you do is only this part, print writer onwards, write it better. Instead of writing complete code, only write this one enough. Login solid.java. Login solid.java. First, same as above. That remaining code is same. Only print writer onwards, write it. Again, same as above. So previous code, same. I didn't change. Write this one. Online students, write the notes. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Write the notes. Login solid.java. Remaining code is same. Remaining part before print writer, after else it will be same, no change. That's what same as above. So in the same program, Servlet forwarding are given, Servlet including are given. Both are given. And one program only forwarding, including both. To which Servlet you want to forward, that Servlet URL pattern you have to write. With that forward method you have to call. What is forwarded? Request and response forwarded. Which Servlet you want to include, that Servlet URL pattern you have to write. But we are including HTML program here. HTML. That request response included. Okay. This is forwarding, including. Is it over? Servlet forwarding, Servlet including. Servlet forwarding, Servlet including, both in a one program I explained. One welcome Servlet also I written extra. Is it completed? See, welcome Servlet. This program I written new program. Write this one, welcome Servlet.java. Welcome Servlet.java. Welcome Servlet.java. Over. Username retrieved and printed. So actually, you are typing username and password in HTML page. HTML page to login solid comes. Login solid will forward to welcome solid. Same request coming. That is the reason you can retrieve username and password here also. Same request coming here. If it is new request, username password vanished there itself. Okay. Same request forwarded to welcome solid. That is the reason you can retrieve username, you can display. I'll give notes about these two, forwarding, including both. Is it completed? This program I'll run once again. Once again I'll run. Give me answer. I'll change the browser. Homepage.html. I'll click login. Username AAA, password AAA. If I click on submit button, how many programs executed? 2 programs. What are those? Login solid, welcome solid. Output comes from which solid? Welcome solid. In address bar, which solid URL pattern? Login solid. So this output from welcome solid, this is URL pattern of login solid. Total 2 programs executed. If I give wrong password, how many programs executed? 2 programs. What are those? login Servlet, login.html. Now output from which program? Both the programs. Login Servlet output also comes. Login.html output also comes. See, if I click submit button, this invalid username password is login Servlet. This HTML code is login.html. Two programs. In address bar, which Servlet URL pattern? Login Servlet. Okay. Now, notes I'll give about this. Note down. Servlet forwarding versus Servlet including. Servlet forwarding versus Servlet including. First one, left side, Servlet forwarding. Right side, Servlet including. Already know what is forwarding, what is including. That is only first point. Forwarding request and response of one Servlet to another Servlet is called as Servlet forwarding. Forwarding request and response of one Servlet to another Servlet is called as Servlet forwarding. Including request and response of one Servlet into another Servlet is called as Servlet including. Forwarding request and response of one Servlet to another Servlet is called as Servlet forwarding. Including request and response of one Servlet into another Servlet is called as Servlet including. Forwarding request and response of one Servlet to another Servlet is called as Servlet forwarding. Including request and response of one Servlet into another Servlet is called as Servlet including. Both the places request response only works. Okay. Here the main advantage of Servlet forwarding is modularity. Here the main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. The main advantage of Servlet forwarding is modularity. The main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. The main advantage of Servlet forwarding is modularity. The main advantage of Servlet including is reusability. Servlet request, Servlet response. Who will create? Web container creates. Here for login Servlet, request response created. That is only forwarded to welcome Servlet. Okay. So first Servlet to second Servlet forwarded, second to third forwarded, third to fourth forwarded. While forwarding, what will happen? Whatever is created for first solid, that is only forwarded to second solid. Again, second will forward to third solid. Third solid will forward to fourth solid. Like that, n number of times forward, 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 you can write. At last, you'll get output. Then what browser will understand is this output may be from first solid, it will understand. It doesn't know. So if you want to divide the task into number of modules, then we use forwarding concept. Instead of giving complete burden to one program, we'll make it many parts. Instead of writing complete code in the main method, we'll write many methods in core Java. Like that, instead of writing complete code in a one solid, the task will divide into many solids. Okay, but browser doesn't know. Say, browser will send the request to first solid. First solid executed, forwarded, second solid executed, forwarded, third solid, forwarded, fourth solid. Then response comes. From client system, I'm sending request to which solid? First solid. Output coming from which solid? Fourth solid. Total how many solids executed? 4 solid. But that information browser doesn't know. What browser knows? I send request to first solid, that output may be from first solid, it will understand. It doesn't know. Say, suppose if I give one task to you, what you will do? You will forward to one more person. You will forward to one more person. At last you will bring. What I'll understand, you completed, I'll understand. But that is completed by many people. Like that. Okay. So we are sending request to first solid. Output coming from fourth solid. Output from which solid also it doesn't know. So it may understand this is only send response. Okay. If the task is very big, then we have to use. This is reusable. Many times you can access. One time you can write, many times you can access. Okay. Now, next write it. In forwarding, only one pair of request and response. In forwarding, only one pair of requests and response created by web container. In including also, only one pair of requests and response created by web container. In forwarding, only one pair of requests and response created by web container. In including also only one pair of requests and response created by web container. See here, it is first solid, it is second solid, first solid, it is second solid. Here, request response. These two created by web container. Created by web container for first solid. Created by web container for first solid, that is passed to first solid. So here received request response. If you write forward here, same request forwarded. same response forwarded like this. See, you are writing servlet request, servlet response. HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response, you are writing in the do get, do post methods. Those are created by web container and passed to that method. See, in catch block, exception E you are writing, but exception E means it is reference only. But who will create object? Exception object. Exception object who will create? JVM. JVM creates exception object. That is passed to catch block. But here, who will create request response? Web container. Web container creates and it will pass to the do post method. That is forwarded to another do post method in second servlet. So same request forwarded. That is the reason from login servlet to welcome servlet we can receive username. Otherwise, if new request comes, no, then we cannot receive username password. That is the concept. Same style, including also. Ready, son? So it will come back. Even if we include second servlet, suppose this servlet, if we include here, Oh, is it over? First servlet request response only forwarded to second servlet. But here control will come back. First you are sending request to first servlet only. Second servlet included. But first servlet executed, second servlet executed. First control comes to first servlet. That is passed to second servlet. It will come back. Like that included. This two servlets output displayed here. Okay. Here. This request forwarded. Here. This request created. This request only comes here. Here request included. That means if any data is there included, that will come. Then both the output displayed in browser window. Like that output comes. Here two servlets output comes. Okay. Is it over? It is forwarding. It is including. Suppose here request and response forwarded. In this example, here first servlet, second servlet are written. But whatever I taught, first servlet nothing but login servlet. Second servlet nothing but welcome servlet. First servlet equivalent to login servlet. Login servlet will receive the data from login.html. That data forwarded here. That's what username we can display here also. It is nothing but welcome servlet. Okay. But if you write any print writer, println methods, if you write here, that output will not come to second servlet. In forwarding, println statement discarded. It is rejected. Here forwarding, including place, println statement accepted. So suppose you'll write some output here. You'll write some output here. Now you are sending request to first servlet. Output comes from which servlet? Second servlet. But first servlet output not displayed. Only second servlet output displayed. If you write any output in this program, that is no use, wasted. But here what will happen? First servlet output, second servlet output, both displayed in including. So here println statements rejected. Here println statements accepted. Got in my point? What I said? Here, suppose here you will write output println welcome. Here you will write output println hello. If we send request to first servlet, what is the output comes? Only hello comes. Welcome will not come. Suppose you will write here welcome, you will write hello. If we send request for this one, welcome comes, hello also comes. Here println statements rejected. Here println statements accepted. Because output you are not passing to output, you should not pass. Output you have to pass to browser. Okay, this output included and passed. That's what here comes. Fourth point. Here println statements. Here println statements rejected. Here println statements accepted. Here println statements rejected. Here println statements accepted. Here println statements rejected. Here println statements accepted. Okay. Now, first servlet, second servlet, both are there. I am sending request to first servlet. Then how many servlets executed? 2. In output, in a browser address bar, which servlet URL pattern? First servlet. URL pattern not changed. Here, first servlet, second servlet included in first servlet. I am sending request to first servlet. How many programs executed? 2. In address bar, which servlet URL pattern? First servlet only. Here also not changed. That's what I given versus. Same points, different points all. Note here URL pattern not changed. Here also URL pattern not changed. Here also URL pattern not changed. Forward statement must be a last statement in a task code. Include statement include statement can be anywhere in a task code. Forward statement must be a last statement in a task code. Include statement can be anywhere in a task code. Forward statement must be a last statement in a task code. Include statement can be anywhere in a task code. Forward statement must be a last statement in a task code. Include statement can be anywhere in a task code. See, last statement means in the task code last, not after catch block, not after method. Okay. Task last. Because after forward, if you write any other code, is it executed? No. But include? Yes. After including also, you can write something. That is also printed. Okay. That's what anywhere. So in this program, suppose login Servlet. Here after forward, if you write any other code, it is not executed. But here after include, you write some other output also, that is also printed. Okay. Next. Forwarding supports to forward Servlet to Servlet, comma Servlet to JSP and Servlet to HTML. Including supports to include Servlet in a Servlet, including supports to include Servlet in a Servlet, JSP in a Servlet, and HTML in a Servlet. So Servlet to Servlet forwarding possible, Servlet to JSP forwarding possible, Servlet to HTML forwarding possible. Servlet can be included in Servlet, JSP can be included in Servlet, HTML can be included in Servlet. Last point. Forwarding works within the server only. Including also works within the server only. Forwarding works within the server only. Including also works within the server only. Forwarding works within the server only. Including also works within the server only. In same server only it is possible. One Servlet is in one server, one more Servlet in another server, it is not possible. Both should be in the same server. Suppose in real time, one online shopping website if you take, online shopping website. Suppose example, Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, so many are there, no? Now one Amazon website you selected and you purchased some items. After that, payment method you selected, either net banking or UPI or wallets. So many options will be there, no? Debit card, credit card, something. Suppose you will enter debit card number. Now the debit card number valid or not valid? Will it know that Amazon server? No, it is not issued by Amazon. It is issued by bank people. Okay. But you purchased items in Amazon and you are paying money through the debit card. Then you'll enter debit card number. That card valid or not valid, first it has to check. That is, separate one payment gateway will be there. Master, Visa, RuPay on card, one payment gateway method will be there. Master, Visa, RuPay, like that. Then what will happen? That card is valid or not valid, it has to check. That's what it is passed to payment gateway. Again, gateway, what it will do? The card is valid or not valid, only it knows. It doesn't know balance is there or not in that. It is passed to bank server. Because bank people, they'll maintain that balance. This payment gateway only security purpose. Again, card number passed to bank server. Then bank server will check balance is there or not. Then it will allow to pay with that. Now, this is Amazon server. This is payment gateway server. This is bank server. But 3 servers communication. Can we use forwarding? Just last point I given. It works within the server only. Can we use including? No. Forwarding also not possible. Including also not possible. That's what we have one more concept, redirecting. That is, we'll see Monday. Okay. Monday, you'll see continuation.